So a growing number of prominent doctors and scientists are raising warning flags over radiation this morning, and your kids could be facing a greater risk of exposure. NBC national correspondent Miguel Almaguer was granted rare access inside a cell phone test lab.
You see them every day, everywhere. Kids on phones. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children are now exposed to an exponentially greater amount of radio frequency than any adult will ever be in a lifetime. Part of the problem, this isn't your mother's flip phone. Smartphones today have multiple antennas located inside the phone. When you talk, text, stream music, or videos, they emit non-iodizing radiation, similar to a low-powered microwave oven.
And it's the irregular, pulsed nature of the signal over thousands of minutes, over many years, that we believe can cause a great problem for children and for the rest of us as well.
Cell phone providers say they follow all safety guidelines put into place by the FCC. Those cell phone companies then work with labs like this one to test your device.
The current FCC safety standard was developed nearly 20 years ago. The test at TODAYcom in Milpitas, California, starts by taping a phone to the ear of a plastic head. The size of a 200-pound man, it's filled with liquid.
The fluids used in these tests best replicate the same properties inside the human head. Scientists are then able to determine how much radiation penetrates the head when you're talking on the phone.
The robotic arm precisely moves to various hotspots on the head to test the specific absorption rate. The phone we tested was within the FCC allowed radiation limit, but critics say these standards are outdated and urge the federal agency to adopt stricter radiation guidelines. Current FCC standards do not account for the unique vulnerability and use patterns specific to pregnant women and children, warns the American Academy of Pediatrics in a letter to the FCC.
Children are not little adults. The skull is thinner. Also, the volume of the brain is less compared to 200-plus size man.
The U.S. Government Accountability Office also asked the FCC to reassess the exposure limit, in particular the radiation limit when you have your cell phone close to your body, like in your pocket or when you hold it directly next to your head, or as some teens do, sleep with it on their pillow.
Phones are transmitting radiation so long as they're connected to the internet and connected to the Wi-Fi. And even if you're not talking on your phone is talking to the tower.
Critics of the FCC's current guidelines give this simple advice to all consumers. Use the speakerphone or an earpiece, and remember, distance is your friend. Keeping a phone even a few inches off your body reduces exposure several thousand times. For today, Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Milpitas, California.
Health agencies from other countries, including Canada, Israel, and France, recommend limiting a child's exposure to cell phone radiation. The FCC tells NBC News, quote, "The U.S. has among the most conservative standards in the world. As part of our routine review of these standards, we're soliciting input from multiple stakeholder experts, including federal health agencies and others, to guide our assessment." Makes you think twice as a parent, though.
Absolutely.
Especially one whose kids are on the cell phone a lot.
Yeah, when you think about that, they're particularly vulnerable. This is all such new technology. I think we have yet to really see the effects. We've got more info, by the way, on TODAY.com.